What is up? It's been a very long time since I've done a Ask Britt Shit video, and you guys are awesome and continue to send me questions, so I thought I would plow through. So I was gonna say plow like that, but then I said it go. I'm way too goddamn immature. In short, I'm going to answer some of the questions. Don't forget your jack! The first question comes from Male Spy 007, and he wants to know, what is your occupation? Well, as much as I like to tell myself that making videos on YouTube and blogging brings in the big bucks, it's not true. So to make some of the green stuff, I do social media marketing / consulting on the side. And that's what I've been doing for 3 years now, ever since I quit my old job. 2 years? 2 years. The next question comes from Jonathan Lindbergh. If you like anime, what was the first anime that popped your cherry? His was Trigun. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Well, you're fucking welcome, Jonathan Lindbergh. My first anime. Have I already answered this question? I feel like I've already answered this. Oh well, I'll answer it again. My first anime was Dragon Ball Z. And I know a lot of you probably are thinking, oh, Dragon Ball Z, that's not a real anime. But Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I ever watched, and the first anime I ever really got into and became overly obsessed with. I would run home from school every day, and I would have blank VCR tape things. What are those called? Just like videotapes. I don't even know what they're called anymore. And I would have them in the VCR, and I would record every episode. It was on Toonami. Man, those were the days. In fact, my dad and I made a bet. Now, I played soccer in high school, and I made the team, but the truth is, this is the truth, I didn't want to play soccer after school. I would rather take that time and play video games, watch my shows like Dragon Ball Z, and of course, my dad wanted me to play soccer, so he said, Britt, if you sign up for the team, and if you participate in the games and the practices, I'll buy you every Dragon Ball Z VHS until the series ends. And so I was like, really? Each tape was like, what, like 13 bucks back then? And I was just a high school student. I didn't have any money, so I jumped on that offer. My poor dad, though, I totally tricked him. So we made that deal right around when the Majin Buu series was airing on Toonami. And he didn't know that Dragon Ball GT would be coming after that. And I haven't mentioned this, but my dad is just as hooked on Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT as I am. So back then, he's like, oh, there's a whole new Dragon Ball GT coming out. Oh, we need to. And I was like, well, that's part of the contract. And so he ended up buying me all the GT tapes. That was an unnecessary story, but bottom line, Dragon Ball Z. And as a matter of fiction, we have a daddy-daughter date next week. We're going to go see Battle of Gods in theaters, have a couple drinks before. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. The next question will be selected at random. Oh, right. This comes from David. I lost your name, homeboy. David Hickerson. Out of all of the games you've ever played, what are the game soundtracks that have stood out to you the most? Like, you hear a little certain melody and it gives you goosebumps and flashbacks. For me, it is always when I hear, like, the sounds of Sonic 2, Streets of Rage, or Mega Man. It takes me back to simpler times. This is a no-brainer for me. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, holy shit! And I can get a little more specific. The Forest Maze is probably the song that just... If you don't know what song I'm talking about, let's take like 10 seconds and just play it. Another one that always gets me is the opening theme to Final Fantasy IX. And it might not even be the opening theme. It's when the game first boots up and, you have your start, your options, and oh, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, and Earthbound. Earthbound, when it first starts up. No, God. Maybe it's the jack, but I'm like getting all sorts of nostalgic up in this place. We have time for one more. Close the eyes and pick a question. Jeremy Patrick. What type of interests do you have outside of gaming, if any? Fuck you, Jeremy Patrick. I'm a video game blogger. I don't have any passions. Nah, I'm kidding. Other interests of mine besides things related to the video game industry are hunting, fishing, gaming. I also really love to travel, go to new places. Going to Texas for the first time for PAX South this January. Really, really excited about that. I hope to hit up Gamescom next year, Tokyo Game Show. Those are bucket list items of mine. And, you know, if I can combine gaming conventions with traveling, you know, double the pleasure, double the fun. Oh, duh, in zombies, hi. I have a mean passion for zombies and zombie lore and all that awesome shit. I like to read zombie novels. I like to read the comics. I haven't watched The Walking Dead lately because I'm really not much of a TV person. I love doing zombie conventions, zombie walks, all of that stuff is right up my alley. Well, I think that will do it for this version of Ask Britt Shit. But I don't know what's going on right now, but this kind of really hurts my wrists. If you have a question of your own you would like me to answer in a video, there comes the accent. Please feel free to send me an email, hit me up on Twitter, Facebook. I almost spilled my Jack. That would have been tragic.